You wake up. You stretch your back. Your knees crack. You catch your reflection for a second. And wonder if you've always looked like that. Maybe there's another wrinkle. Maybe the grey hair wasn't there yesterday. Maybe it was. The strange thing about aging is that almost nobody notices it happening. Not while it happens. Only after. One birthday becomes another. One season quietly replaces the last. And before you realize it, the person in the mirror has become someone older than you ever imagined. But here's what's fascinating. For thousands of years, humans have searched for the secret to living longer. Kings swallowed strange medicines. Alchemists chased immortality. Scientists mapped our DNA. Entire civilizations dreamed of defeating death. Yet despite all of that, your body has been doing something extraordinary since the day you were born. It has been counting. Not years. Not birthdays. But time itself. And every heartbeat has always known exactly where it's going. You probably think of your body as something you own. Your hands. Your face. Your bones. Your memories. But biologically, that's not entirely true. Because almost every part of you is temporary. The cells lining your stomach survive only a few days. Your skin constantly replaces itself. Your blood is continuously renewed. Even the atoms inside your body have spent billions of years somewhere else. Inside stars. Inside oceans. Inside dinosaurs. Inside strangers. The body you're living in is less like a statue and more like a river. Always changing. Always moving. Never exactly the same. So why? Does it feel like you're still the same person you were at 10 years old? Scientists still don't fully understand. Some neuroscientists believe our sense of self isn't tied to any single cell. It's a pattern. A continuous story. Rewritten every second. Your body changes. Your identity adapts. And somehow, the illusion remains uninterrupted. But if the body is always rebuilding itself, why doesn't it keep rebuilding forever? Why do we age at all? For decades. This question puzzled biologists. Surely evolution would favor creatures that lived forever. Except, it doesn't. Because evolution was never trying to make you immortal. Only successful enough to reproduce. After that, the rules begin to change. Cells accumulate damage. DNA makes copying mistakes. Proteins fold incorrectly. Tiny failures. So small they're invisible. Until one day, they aren't. This is called biological aging. Not one dramatic event, but millions of microscopic compromises. Each one insignificant. Together. Unstoppable. Here's the part nobody talks about. Aging isn't simply something that happens to you. It's something your body is actively trying to fight. Every second. Inside every cell. There are repair systems scanning for damage. Enzymes repairing broken DNA. Proteins recycling worn-out machinery. Immune cells hunting dangerous mutations. Your body isn't giving up. It's working harder than ever. But eventually, entropy wins. Not because life is weak, but because perfect maintenance is impossible. Imagine trying to keep one candle burning forever. In a hurricane. Eventually, the wind finds it. Then something curious happens. Around your 30s, time begins accelerating. Not objectively. Psychologically. Childhood summers felt endless. A single school year felt like forever. Now, entire years disappear before you notice them. Why? Neuroscientists think novelty may be part of the answer. When experiences are new, your brain records enormous amounts of detail. Those memories feel longer. But as routines take over, days begin blending together. The brain compresses familiar experiences. Less novelty. Fewer memories. And suddenly, time seems faster. The calendar hasn't changed. You have. But aging isn't just biology. It's visible. Wrinkles. Grey hair. Slower reflexes. Reduced strength. Society often treats these as failures. Things to hide. To reverse. To erase. Entire industries promise younger skin, healthier joints, longer lives, as if old age were a disease. Yet for most of human history, reaching old age was astonishingly rare. In prehistoric societies, injury, infection, childbirth, and famine claimed lives long before wrinkles appeared. To grow old was once an extraordinary privilege, not because it was easy, but because it was unlikely. The face we now spend billions trying to erase was once proof that you survived. And survival changes the body in unexpected ways. Your bones become archives. Tiny chemical signatures record childhood nutrition. Stress leaves biological fingerprints. Even emotional trauma can influence how certain genes behave. Scientists call this epigenetics. Life doesn't only shape your memories. It shapes your biology. Your body remembers things your conscious mind has forgotten. Every scar, every illness, every recovery, every sleepless night, every sunrise, written silently into living tissue. But eventually, every story reaches the same chapter. Mortality. It's the one certainty every culture has struggled to explain. Some imagined paradise. Some imagined reincarnation. Others believed death was simply sleep without waking. Science offers fewer certainties. It explains what happens to the body. The slowing heart. The silent neurons. The return of atoms to the earth. But science cannot fully answer the question humans have always asked. What does it mean to disappear? Maybe that's why mortality feels so impossible to imagine. Because consciousness has never experienced its own absence. Only its presence. Here's the hidden truth. Death gives shape to life. Imagine a world where no one ever died. No urgency. No generations. No endings. No reason to cherish a single afternoon. The philosopher Martin Heidegger argued that our awareness of mortality is what makes authentic living possible. Knowing time is limited changes the value of every moment. The sunset matters because there are only so many left. A conversation becomes precious because eventually it ends. Maybe that's what aging really is. Not decay, but accumulation. Every laugh, every mistake, every heartbreak, every friendship, layer upon layer, written into a body that slowly becomes a map of an entire lifetime. The wrinkles aren't random. They're geography. Evidence that someone was here. That someone loved. Lost. Waited. Hoped. Lived. Tonight, before you fall asleep, look at your hands. The same hands that once struggled to hold a pencil. The same hands that learned to wave. To build. To comfort. To let go. They're older now. And tomorrow, they'll be older still. Quietly. Patiently. Without asking permission. Because your body has never been trying to stay young. It has been trying to keep you alive. For as long as it possibly can. And maybe, that's the greatest miracle it ever performs. We're all living on borrowed time. Not because life was promised. But because every extra day has always been a gift. And perhaps, the most remarkable thing about the human body isn't that it eventually grows old. It's that, for a little while, it allows the universe to become aware of itself.